what do you call those things? Kind of like
Hatchets? I know what you mean. It's the wooden block where you put out the
yeah,
door.
the little wooden blockade gets removed and the doors open up for you.
Probably would
And you
be if you're
hear,
a necromancer.
"We've got wounded" from the back. And
Um,
hold on, I just need to do this. Oh, I did not set this up as well as I thought I did. Huh. Well, whatever.
oh my god.
There's no snow, obviously, but
Oh, nice.
here you are. This is the inside of the church.
It's a
It looks
cathedral
like
then.
it hasn't been particularly harassed. A couple of the people in here are bleeding actively, but there doesn't seem to be any corpses. And if there was, you would imagine, like, out of respect for the dead, they would probably cover them over with a sheet or something along
Yeah.
those lines. But you're let in, and you say,
Yeah, before he goes in, he just looks at specs. Just focus at the moment. Forget about the emotions for now. Just focus.
he takes a breath, which kind of does that thing that you get when you're bawling.
Breathe.
His parents just died, but
Yeah, I know. He's just trying to help.
he hasn't really said anything further to
Yeah,
you.
no. He's just trying to help as best he can. Again, he's not the best in trying to console grieving children over their nearly dead parents. But yeah,
This man who is I'm going to say that he's got like a that is like an axe. It's a freaking walking stick or something like that. Despite how he's fairly young, say like 35, he looks at you and he says, "Are those people alive?
um, one, one is, one is
Bring the survivor over here." And he like
weak. Yeah,
just gestures to her over onto this seat for you to lay her down or something.
yeah. He lays it down, and yeah. We had specs. Can you heal?
He can heal, but it's not like she's missing hit points.
No,
It's
no. I'm
kind
talking
of like,
about everyone else. Asking in general.
you know, if it wasn't for the fact that both his parents died, I was actually going to set it up so that he insists that he heals. You know,
Oh yeah, I
I'm
know.
surprised you haven't asked for healing yourself after
Kids,
fighting quite a
kids'
few
parents
people.
just died. Kind of hard to
Yeah,
ask for heals. And I'm a barbarian. I'm used to this shit. Open wounds and everything. Just casually keep walking.
right. Specs, he's doing what you said. He's trying to bite back his emotions for now, but he's a kid, man. But
Of course, of
he he
course. It's
he
the...
does he does what you says, and he goes over to the first man he can see who is visibly bleeding, who is this guy here. That's basically about the size as you would be if you laid down just flat out.
Damn. But okay, sure. Um,
So this is not, you know,
yeah, it's obviously accurate.
unlike the town, which was shrunk down to be
This time it's
maybe more
accurate.
accurate. This is accurate, or mostly accurate, you know.
Yeah, this is yeah. But yeah, he goes. He looks at. I'm guessing the not preacher, but the can't
He was
remember.
basically the one who was trying to heal, but he's not a cleric. He's just proficient in healing.
Who like it just he probably looks at him. Who are you?
You mean my name?
Yes. And do you know what happened? Who those bandits?
My name is Lignan.
Okay. Anything else? Do you know anything? What happened? Why they attacked?
I don't know anything about those people. I suppose they just wanted to kill us and loot our homes. Typical bandits. Only they took it. Only they took it home and didn't attack us on the path.
Uh, do you know? Do you know where? Do you know any of it? Anything about any other survivors?
I do know there are a couple of survivors remaining in the blacksmith. Honestly, I think it's a fairly good idea, but the people of faith decided to come here. After all, it's secure with that there. And while they haven't built a barricade, those doors are very, very solid.
Yeah, it's the old church doors where you can.
Yeah,
You need a good like mini
they're like
ram.
they're
Yeah,
heavy duty even for like a church. You
yeah.
know,
Best
they'd
excuse.
need a battering ram in order to get through it, basically.
Yeah, best excuse to build a fortified church. Anyway, I'll go and try to gather the survivors in the blacksmith. See if I can find anyone else.
Before you go, Spec says, "Wait, before you before you go, maybe I can maybe I can help you out. I don't want you to die as well. You're probably the only adult that I like in this place. No offense," he says to
Yeah,
the old the 30-year-old guy, Lyndon, I believe I called him.
yeah. Poor Lyndon.
I have to make up names on the spot because of you.
Yeah, yeah.
But you know what? I've always been good at that, so fuck it. And he is going to cast. Let's see, what does he have? Cleric, guidance, resistance, aid, augury, gentle repose, hold person. Prayer of healing, that's pretty good. Up to six creatures of your choice.
Damn.
Hmm. It's only like 1d8 plus his wisdom. There's got to be something more useful for you as a person. Inflict wounds, no, cure wounds. Here it is. He is going to cast Cure Wounds as a second level spell on you, which will deal hit points equal to 2 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Okay. You'll heal for this much. 13 damage. And he'll cast it once more on a second level basis for you. There you go.
That's 24 now.
24.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all he can do for you from now because he needs to use his powers for the rest of the survivors. They are
60.
less wounded than you, but you didn't even notice because you're freaking.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just like,
You're,
yeah.
you're practically a freaking golem in a human body.
I'm just covered in head to toe in blood, still bleeding from my wounds. Anything
Blood,
else?
hair, and then beard. You got a
Yeah.
beard. I don't remember.
Yeah, he does have a beard. He doesn't. Well, he doesn't have black hair. He just has red everywhere. But no, anyway. Thank you, Specs. But just focus, right? Don't and
Yes.
breathe.
He's taking deep breaths, slow deep breaths. It's like he's trying not to think about what just happened and just focus on helping people out. Thank you,
Focus on.
dogs. That's really useful.
Damn dogs! They somehow survived.
Yeah, the dogs are the only survivors. This guy here takes off his like head. It turns out he's a dog underneath all that. No.
But yeah. Probably will go, and I will be back soon. And he will probably go and look for survivors in
Right.
the blacksmith.
Well, that's another safe area. So if you head over to the blacksmith's place, I'm just going to say that you find them holed up. Some of them are wearing armor made by the blacksmith, and like they've got a couple of swords that they've just taken with the blacksmith's permission, of course. Like
Yeah, just.
they're there as well. But
But to be fair though, you still take them.
also, rather than like a proper blockade like normal, he's also got like a bunch of stuff just pushed in front of it, and like yeah.
I probably just walk up. I probably know the blacksmith, considering he would probably help out take it. Yeah.
The blacksmith, as you may expect, is a dwarf.
Yeah. I just basically say, you alright? How many survivors do you have?
Well, I got well, I got 13 right here. I don't know how many are left in the village, but hopefully they've made their way to safety. You're doing God's work here. The God's work.
I do work. Either way.
I would imagine Ulrich is not particularly religious.
Probably not. But anyway, no, he really isn't. He will probably say, "Go to the church. They have steadier defenses, and they need some fighters if anyone gets in there. They have no one in there with weapons.
You gonna lead us there?
Why wouldn't I?"
Okay, cool. So you take them back to the church, and I don't want to find more tokens for these people, but
Yeah,
more people show up. It seems like the people who are in the blacksmiths, like they went there because it was the closest place, and also it was the furthest from the entry point. So none of them are really wounded.
yeah.
They got to the blacksmiths quick enough.
Yeah, and this isn't a walled off town, it's an open one, ain't it?
It is open. It's a very
Yeah.
small village. Like there's no guards around the front gates or anything like that. It's kind of just like a settlement, pretty much.
It's a basic hamlet if I remember the right term. But yeah, he will probably will go once everyone's in there, he will probably say, "I'm gonna see if I can find any more survivors and deal with I saw some goblins and deal with them."
All right. Um,
And yeah, he's
so
just
you head straight for the goblins, or do you check out the other places first?
doing everything close by first and then
All right,
like
close
go
by. So from the
uh,
church, he's staying there.
yeah, like going in all the buildings for like all the close by buildings to check out everyone, to check if and if I find any survivors, get to the church. He will probably shout out, "If there's any survivors, get to the church."
Let's see.
He probably shout out to that one girl in the middle of the river to get to the church. Now it's safe.
Surprisingly enough, it seems like all of these places here are uninhabited. Hold
Okay.
on, wait. Let's see here. Correction. You find
550 people.
one person, and he comes from this house here, and if you go over there and like knock on the door or something, you would have seen him from like one of the windows,
Yeah.
and you can like hear him like moving like a bookcase out from away from the front door and chairs or maybe even a table. He has completely barricaded himself in.
Yeah, yeah. He probably will go to the man and say, "Get to the church," and also he will go back to that other
But what
house.
about my home? They've been burning everything else down. I can't let them do that to my place.
Just get to the church if you don't want your life to die. If you don't want to die, then get to the church. It's much more fortified.
Whatever you say. And he kind of begrudgingly makes his way to the church.
Considering it's not that far, so I can keep an eye on him.
Yeah, he gets there. He like bangs on the door and they let him in.
Probably shouts out to that girl, that woman in the middle
She
of the
never
river.
she never got into the middle. She
God
was
damn.
she never went to the middle. She was waiting like close to the dogs and just keeping an eye out. And if they got close, she would have gotten there. But you've been killing everyone that's opposed to you so far.
But yeah, he'll probably just shout to her, "Get to the church," and gonna keep an eye out like, when she's going there. And we'll probably go find her little brother in in the house.
All right, so you do that. You guide them safely to the church area. And what are you going to do next? Are you heading straight for the goblins?
Yep. I'm gonna tell you, yeah.
All
Basically,
right.
what I'm doing is I'm
You
looking
find a
through.
couple of couple of bodies of people in the streets, by the way, who aren't wearing armor. While they were uniform, it seems like some of them have arrows in their bodies. Some of them have like wounds. Are you going to check them to see if they're alive, or are you going
Gonna
to?
check them if they're alive. Yeah.
Right. Let's
If
see.
there's dead bodies, then yeah, he will check to see if they're alive, and if they're still alive, he will just get the fuck back. One's dead.
No, these aren't individual. These are like small groups.